Today I'm going to show you how I attach the boot back panels and the counters. I used to attach the counters with rubber cement. I've moved to attaching the counters to the back panels with contact cement. It takes a little longer for the contact cement to dry, but the bond is better. And I'm never sitting around waiting for things to dry anyway. I have the boot fronts to work on with the vamps, so I can be doing that while the contact cement is drying. I'll put contact cement on both the bottom of the boot top panels and on the top edge of the counters. Here I'm using the Aquilum 315 water-based contact cement, but you can use just regular old contact cement too. Please only use it if you have a fume table though. Because I'm using contact cement, I've marked the line that shows exactly where the counter will set, and I'm carefully putting glue only up to that line. Contact cement doesn't rub away easily like rubber cement does, and I don't want to just smear it all over and then try to rub it away later. The contact cement is dry and we're ready to begin putting the counters on the back top panels. You will notice that in addition to the line that shows where the counter sets, I've also cut a slit up to about 1/4 of an inch below that point so that this can open up better. So to start, you're going to take the back panel and fold it in half and then hold it pinched or crimped up like this. That way, as you pinch it, you can adjust the angle down here. Pinch it tighter or looser, and this angle changes. Take your counter and bend it back over itself with the glue side out. With it bent up like this, then something won't get stuck when you don't want it stuck yet because it's folded up and away. So the first thing you're going to do is position the point of the counter exactly where you want the point, and then just roll it over to one side along that line, and now pinch more or less to bring it right into line with the other side. And there you go. That's all there is to it. One of the reasons that I like using contact cement here is because there's a lot of tension trying to get these to pull apart. Since it's folded up, it wants to go flat, and as it goes flat, it pulls the point off of the boot top. When I lay this down, I'm still going to carefully lay it right up against something so that there's no pressure on it to pull away. And I will keep these in this position at all times until they're stitched into place. I only stitch my counters on with 1 row of stitching because the next thing I'm going to do is sew on the counter cover, and it has 3 rows of stitching. So this counter and boot top panel are going to be well sewn together. The exception to that is right here in the center. The counter cover has a tongue, so what that means is you're going to stitch 3 rows right along here, but right here at the center, which is the place where the heel slides in and it gets most of its stress, you're going to curve up and you won't be reinforcing that middle part. So what I do when I stitch it, I start here, I come to the center, tie down the point, go over about 1/3 of the way across, and then come straight back over and do a second row, and then just continue right on off. And that way the middle that won't get stitched again is reinforced. I'm using the bobbin thread from sewing on the counter to show me exactly where to position the counter cover. I want that bobbin thread just covered. I have the counter cover stitched on now with 3 rows of stitching. This hornback alligator kind of tossed my needle around like a ship on an angry sea in places. Thank goodness for dark colored leather and matching thread. From the back, you can see how the stitching curves up and back down, leaving the center unsupported, and that's the reason I do extra stitching in the center when I sew on the counter. How are you feeling, Paige?
Tired and aggravated.
Welcome to being an adult. Story of my life. Tired and aggravated.
Do you have a mat?
Oh, I'm supposed to be filming Dale putting on his new shoes, aren't I? I'm filming the puppy.
These are the new shoes I made for my dad. My first men's shoes.
We
You
need
don't
a
have shoehorn?
Yeah, I have a shoehorn at home, but I took it home, so I don't have one here. I can tell I need to buy shoehorns. Dale, those look sharp.
They do.
You ready to go to the gauges and eat?
Hey, if I'm going to go celebrate new shoes, I don't want to do it in Guthrie. Go to a better restaurant somewhere else. I think her dad and I are just going to keep her busy full time making us shoes.
How do they feel?
And you look so handsome with your shorts and your socks.
Yeah.
How do they feel?
Mm-hmm.
They feel so light that they feel weird because they're light. I'm just used to,
Compared to cowboy boots.
yeah, having something heavy on.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not pinching my toes.
Okay.
They feel good through here. They're not hurting me across here. Sorry, interview is over.
I like them.
But yeah, they feel good. Hey, Robert.
I would look at those and think they
I was just trying on my new shoes
nice
that my daughter
new
made me.
shoes, so.
Yeah, they feel pretty cool.
Okay, so I've decided to play Dungeons and Dragons, and I need a character to move around the board as my character moves. And I ordered this online. My character is actually a dragon woman, and this is a human woman, but she's the only fighter woman that I could find. My other choices were Busty Elf, Busty Sorceress, Busty Thief, Busty Rogue, Busty Assassin, Busty.
Paige is going to be making another pair of shoes for me, and the wingtip is Alligator. Unfortunately, this piece of leather is not wide enough to put the wingtips side by side. I've laid the pattern on here, and I've marked on the pattern right where this crease is going across. If I could put these side by side, then it would be easy to line them up exactly the same, but I can't. So I marked right where the crease is going across, and then flip it over, find that mark where the crease was going across, and line it up with the next one down here. And that way, these tile patterns will match, and the creases will go across at exactly the same spot on the toe.
So I just thought that was a great idea because I personally would not have thought of it. I would have just put the pieces on wherever they fit.